your father, ma'am?
Well, Kunal, on the 23rd of May, it'll be 49 years after my father died. So, and I was just 22 when he died. So it's a very emotional experience for me, and I'm so happy that he's still remembered. I do a little prayer, and I do things that he would enjoy me doing. He was a very affectionate person, and I write a lot, and he used to love if I wrote poetry or wrote, he used to love it. So I do things that would please him.
How do you remember him as a daughter? How do you remember him as daughter of India that he served? Both.
Kunal, he died when I was just 22. So he was more my father than the daughter of, like the man. I knew very little about his military life. In fact, he never used to talk about the Victoria Cross, ever. He never told me how he got it.
And
Uh,
then he was quite grounded about it.
He didn't, he said I shouldn't have got it. The people who died should have got it. He didn't like to talk about it. He didn't think he deserved it.
As in he was not someone like, oh, I've got something that I want to
No.
show up to the world.
No, never. He would never. Nobody did he. I have friends of mine and relatives. He wouldn't talk about the. It was from the archives that we got to know exactly how he won the Victoria Cross, and those days it was written about also.
But how did your mother used to react, ma'am, when being life partner, and of course they have been such an story loves, so you've written a book on
Yeah.
their life also. How did your mother remember? I mean, Bhagat Sahib, ma'am?
The way she remembered him was by keeping very close to the army, by working with the war widows after he died, and going to a lot of places around India where people in the 71 war, 65 war had lost their husbands, or men who had got injured. She got them jobs because she knew a lot of people. So, she would get jobs for people who had lost a limb, of young Javans, and also help the widows a lot. So she traveled a lot after he died, just trying to do this.
Ma'am, do you feel that by organizing these kind of lectures, first of all, it's his memories are not only being institutionalized, it is being also channelized to the next generation, that many of them may not know the story of the gentleman like that.
Yes, that's a good thing.
And when you pass on this legacy to the next generation in your family, ma'am, how has that been passed on to the next generation?
I think my book says it all, because that was a very personal book that I wrote, which I did a lot of 5 years research on it. So that is something I leave for my next generation, for
And
the
how,
next
how do
gen.
they react about his legacy, ma'am?
For them, people who haven't met him, they find it very unusual that he was such a amazing person. So one hopes that one can inspire future generations.
Do you also get a sense of sort of incredulity that, oh, he actually won it during the British time, Victoria Cross, that was one of the most revered awards, and you had to display extraordinary valor and
Yeah.
bravery.
Well, now I know, because I went through the archives and I know a lot more than I did when he was alive. Then I didn't know much about it.
So as a father, how do you remember him? Of course, you mentioned about him as a being affectionate. We saw the documentary, ma'am. What was running through your head when they were making the film, and finally when you saw it today, ma'am?
Well, I think the film came out very well, really well. And as far as as a father, he was always there for me, always. So that's what I remember the
So
most.
you never saw a general in him just as a
No,
father inside the home.
mostly as a father. Luckily, yeah.
But when you went outside for the army functions, ma'am, with the family.
Yeah, then there was. But he used to treat even he used to get along better with the younger officers than with his senior officers. So he really, I mean, it was like a family wherever he went. He made them very comfortable. So I grew up having young officers coming to the house to meet him and all that. So I didn't think he was like a real commanding general or anything. He was just, as far as they were concerned, he was their, mentor.
I mean, he was that kind of
He
personality.
was, he was. He was very low key, but at the same time, he loved to have fun. And I remember him once, dancing to the tune of Dum Maro Dum
This was where, ma'am?
after the movie came out. I forget,
I
in
mean,
some
in
mess.
Delhi.
No, in some mess.
But
Yeah, in some, I forget when it was, but they played this song and he was dancing to it.
All by himself? Or it was-
Well, maybe there were other people, but he did all the, he had seen the movie, so he did all the moves.
And imagine, such a tall officer and he's enjoying it.
Yeah, he always did.
He was actually, he liked movies, man.
It's not as if he liked it, but anything. He loved Hindi songs. He used to play them all the time. So, I mean, he knew.
Now, in the documentary, one of the pictures we saw was, I think, your father with a bow tie, I think in a white suit, and next to it is the mother.
Yeah.
So, do you remember when exactly?
No, I wasn't born then. That was the days of the British. So that was, I don't know where it was. Maybe it was in, I don't know.
What has been your fondest memory of his professional life? Not personal life, of course, there's so many. But
Actually, one of my fondest memories, I wrote about it. It was only when we went to England and, met the Queen and all that, I realized that, oh, he is there with the, who's who of the world, because we were meeting VCs from all over the world and we had a thing in Buckingham Palace. So I think that was the time I really sat up and thought, he is something.
this was when, which year?
I was 16 years old, 1967. 15 years
So
old.
all the VC families from the VC award you were invited.
Yeah, not families, 2 people of the family and the VC.
So you met all other people from
Yes. India, Australia, New Zealand, England, British, yeah.
Okay. And last thing, ma'am, when you wrote the book, of course, as a daughter, you must have got a bit overwhelmed also.
It was a very difficult book to write.
How did you manage to put it?
Oh, I had to do 5, 6 versions. I had to take my emotions out as much as I could. It was very difficult.
And about these Victoria Cross medals that you're seeing, ma'am, are all of his paraphernalia carefully preserved at your home, ma'am?
Not at my home. The Victoria Cross was given to the Bombay Sappers.
Oh, so they went to them.
Yes. After he died, my mother presented it to the Bombay Sappers.
So, in terms of archival material, ma'am, what all do you have at your home, ma'am, besides the family albums?
They set up a museum there in his name in the BEG, Bombay Engineering Group. So a lot of his trophies, a lot of what he was given, a lot of stuff has been given to them, between them and CKLI.
But is there anything that is preserved at your home, ma'am?
Very few. We gave a lot of his stuff because they wanted it.
With old photographs and all.
No, photographs we have quite a lot. It's mostly the mementos, a lot of stuff that they wanted.
I mean, about his education and training, ma'am, at the RIMC in Dehradun and IMA Dehradun. Those we saw some of them in the film also. But is there anything?
No, not at home.
Anything at home?
No, they are in the archives of the RMC and IMA.
For example, the one behind you can see, I think in the South Block where he's getting.
This is on YouTube. This is on YouTube, under British PATHE. That is an old film company. So if you go to British Pate, then you will see this. The whole video.
It's actually quite a rare, ma'am.
It's a whole video there.
I'm saying it's quite a rare film and photograph.
Yeah, but it is when you go through British Pate, you will see a lot of this.
Finally, ma'am, when you see India 75 years young, if I may say, not old, and you see men like your father, who was not only so patriotic, but at the same time they envisioned India. They were ahead of time, as the Army chief said. When he went to Damodar Valley Corporation, he saw a future and he was able to convert that. Of course, his life was cut short. I think he would have had much more longer life, would have achieved much more things. But when you see the India of today and the India that your father envisioned, how do you feel?
I think he would have been very proud. Had he lived, he would have been very proud of the India of today. Because that's what he visioned. That's what he envisioned, that India would become self-sufficient, it would do very well, and it has. So for that, I'm really grateful. In a way, his memory,
And to the youth watching you, ma'am, if the values that your father espoused, and whether they want to have a career in the military or not, what are some of the values that you would want them perhaps to have in their lives so they will do well in their lives?
I think 3 things he taught me: integrity, discipline, and care, humanity for others. So first was integrity, then was discipline, and then was welfare of the people around you.
Thank you, ma'am. With those
Thank you.
thoughts, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Kunal.
Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.